Okay. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad this time. Let's see. All right, so I'll give it a few minutes. Get my lighting working a little better. I know there's a glare on the box, but it'll look better in a little bit. La 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 la. Let's see. I've got the auto gain on. I don't know if that's helping, but we'll see. It's Thursday. It's a Thursday afternoon. Ain't nobody doing nothing right now. Everybody's probably working, and that's okay. I'm gonna build some Legos. So yeah, that's just what I'm gonna do. And I need a little music. And you know what? I'll do a little white bat audio.
That's my worst best.
Oh no, it's a commercial.
Actually wears it. Get
Bad, naughty commercials. Hang on. Getting audio queued up. Hey, I don't know who that is, but how's it going? Just building one of these Lego sets, doing a little live time, making some chill time. I don't know if the music's coming through. I can't really check my audio right now, but if it is, enjoy. If it's not, I'll fix it in post. That's funny. The little Lego guy comes with hair, but he also comes with a helmet. That's great. So you got options. Okay. No. This build's kind of small. Hey, Mary. How's it going? This is a small build. It's not going to take me very long. But I figured I got to get moving on it. I got a couple of boxes sitting over here that are just collecting dust. Got to build some stuff. I got to clean after this. Do a little house cleaning. Get some laundry done. Hopefully make some actual headway today. I feel like I'm chasing a never-ending cycle of every day. The never-ending cycle of every day. Okay. This one might go really quick. Good Lord. But it's going to be real cool. I got to work on a video later too. Got to make sure I'm putting out at least my 2 videos a week. I mean, aside from this, trying to use some more. Yeah, it is a bit of work. I'm trying to I'm trying to put some more music into my videos. It also means I'm trying to cut back on the singing too. Sorry, Mary. I'm running out of ideas. It's starting to get tough. I'll probably throw them in every now and again when I get some really good ideas, but I don't want to like force it because otherwise it gets, it gets stale. So I've been making a bunch of music with AI and stuff, which is really fun. I know that like people have like these issues with AI, but I, you know, AI is allowing me to do things that I wouldn't otherwise be able to do. Mainly because of the cost of certain things, right? I mean, nope, did that wrong. So it's like, I don't know. Wrong one. But most of it is just music. Sometimes funny pictures that, I don't have the drawing chops to make. Like He-Man falling in love with a Yeti. I don't have the drawing chops for that. I'm sorry, I don't. I've got a lot of different talents, but sometimes drawing is I have good artistic drawing talents, but I don't find my artistic talents to be amazing. And like I can do some things. Like I've studied illustration. I know how to draw via perspective and stuff like that. I could do technical drawings. Nothing I want to sit around for hours doing. That's for sure. But I, when necessary, I can employ that knowledge. And you know what? Honestly, it does come in handy in some cases. I spent a lot more time learning it than I maybe should have. But tomatoes. I'm sure my dad would agree with my last statement that I spent entirely too much time putzing around in school, figuring out what the heck I wanted to do. Now I'm in this like weird in-between period where, I'm trying to find something new. And I don't know. It's like I don't want to do what I was doing for the last few years. My wife and I keep talking about opening a restaurant, possibly some sort of a little tavern or something like that. Just something that is trying to bring back a supper club-esque feel. Maybe not completely, because, people just don't do that anymore. But, something. I don't want it to be, too what would be the word, too overreaching at first. My wife and I, we really want to we just want to be our own boss. I want to build on something that's mine. For a while we were thinking about doing this interesting idea, and we probably still will, involving Dungeons and Dragons and a bunch of stuff. But I think one of the first steps, because we've both been servers and bartenders and hung out in plenty more than we probably should have. But we're very familiar, both of us, with the restaurant industry. Both of us come from families that had members of the family that owned restaurants. Like my grandmother owned a French restaurant in Chicago. It was kind of like low grade, kind of popular. Like the mayor of Chicago went there often. Well, often I say like he was there a few times. I got to make it sound better than it was. But like Harry Carey put up a plaque at my grandmother's restaurant. There was a bunch of famous people that had been into my grandma's restaurant. She was it was a little French restaurant on 63rd Street in Chicago in the Marquette Park area, and it was really good. Like I liked her food a lot. I try to emulate some of her recipes. I make her chocolate mousse nowadays, and it's close, and everybody in the family is always kind, and everybody always says, "Oh, it's so good," and I mean, it is good. It's not like not good, but it's not grandma's chocolate mousse. Little chocolate mousse and some strawberries. Oh, we were spoiled when we were kids. Me and my cousins and siblings. Like to grow up on French food. Sort of. I mean, we didn't eat everything. I tried escargot when I was a kid. I didn't like it when I was a kid. I actually did dig it when I got older. It's an acquired thing, but I love garlic, and the chewiness of the snails is kind of fun. Although the grittiness is always a little bit of a throwdown, like it throws you off a little. It's like, oh, that's gritty, because you're eating sand a little bit or dirt. They're the yeah. But my grandmother used to make this she called it orange roughy, but I know that there was a joke about it like not being orange roughy. I don't know what it actually was, right? But it was this delicious whitefish with this breading that my grandmother made. and she's passed now, so the secret is okay to tell. She used sour cream and onion lays as her breadcrumbs, and this fish was amazing. I keep thinking I need to try and find a way to make it. But yeah, it was so good, so good. I always had it. My grandmother called it the orange roughy because it made it sound fancier or something. and she had this amazing and it was such a simple thing. It was just barley and it was like a beef barley and rice like soup that was delicious. I honestly, actually, I don't know if it actually did have rice in it, but it was barley and it was a beef soup. I know that much, and I remember it being amazing. And then she also had this. She had this rice that was made, and it had little tiny bits of bacon here and there, and it was it. It was just so good. I like. Oh, thinking back, oh man, I'm getting hungry thinking about it. But yeah, my brother and I, we would help out. I would like work the salad station and send out salads, and my brother would wash dishes, but he would get paid because he was doing actual work. I enjoyed making the salads, so I mean, like, I didn't mind not getting paid. It was fun. I got to play restaurant every now and again. My grandmother had this cool like window, little bell, you rang it when the order came up. Yeah, and she had a cool little like outdoor patio that all of us kids loved. She was a very, very traveled lady, like, and that's not like, like she went all over Europe. She studied. I want to say she studied culinary arts in France for a time. I mean, I will say this much: anytime my grandmother cooked, it was really good. Her recipes were amazing. And I mean, she still did a lot of her own prep work and stuff during the day. It was amazing. Yeah, like I miss that. And my wife, her grandfather owned a sort of famous supper club, restaurant out in our current area. Actually, it was in the Cal City area, but we live in Hammond now. But it was this rough, the whole like Chicago, Northwest Indiana suburban area. We're all right around Lake Michigan, and yeah, her grandparents' place. Like, I guess my wife says she used to sing and do a little show when she was a kid with like a pianist, and they I guess they did like a incredible amounts of volume when it comes to their business, like, but it got cut off, like at a point, and that was like back in, I want to say, the 90s maybe. And things did kind of change in the 90s. Like, people, it was more of an old school, like, older white, folks in the in the South suburban Chicagoland area, and a lot of the culture changed around here. Not necessarily even just like white to black, but it became a little bit more like it was middle and upper middle, and became a little bit more poorer out here. People were going to restaurants a lot less. So, it wasn't like oh, black people moved in. No, not at all. Like, it just, the area became a little bit more mixed socioeconomically, and like that kind of a restaurant just couldn't survive over here. So eventually it closed down, and there was all kinds of other stuff that was bothering it. It probably could have survived, but for the other issues that were plaguing their business. So it's a shame, but we both enjoyed being parts of my grandparents' restaurant. Like, they had the 63rd Street parade every year right around Thanksgiving or Christmas, I want to say, and we were in it a couple of times, throwing out candy and stuff like that. We didn't have a float or nothing. We just drove our van. It was kind of lame, but hey, it was cool that we were in the parade. My dad could have decorated a little bit better. No, I'm just kidding, Dad. I'm kidding. He watches some of my videos and takes some of it personally. I tried to tell him, I'm like, Dad, you got to remember, I'm just trying to be anecdotal a lot. Like, it's not like I'm being dishonest when I'm talking here and rambling, but I am kind of rambling. So, hey, Dad, don't take anything I say here personally, all right? He was funny. He was giving me crud at Easter. He was like, I did not stop you from having girl toys or female figures. And I'm like, all right. I mean, he did for a little while. I'm sure he changed his mind and stuff, but it was never so like spoken. I will say that much. So maybe I just interpreted that situation differently. But like I said, I never had any female figures when I was a kid. That's why I have a ton of them now. I do. I have, lots of X-Men figures. Jean Grey, Emma Frost, Rogue, Spinneret, Spider-Woman, Spider-Gwen, Storm, Siren, the Invisible Woman, Fantastic Four. That's just Marvel Legends. Then there's He-Man. I mean, Evelyn, the Sorceress, Andra. And I got Andra. I had to. A lot of people like poo-pooed on Andra from Masterverse. I thought she was a great figure. I thought she was a really cool character. In Revelation. In Revolution, they made her kind of not so cool. But, what are you going to do? Writers are writers. People do what they got to do. Got to sell things. And, so they did. The bigger group of the fan base wasn't a big fan of Andra, and so they kind of made her character a little less. It's fine. Happens, I guess. You know, what are you going to say? Can't change what has been done. Where is that? Oh. That's weird. My instructions are telling me one thing, and now they're telling me something else. Oh, I see. That's why. I could put 2 of them on each one. I gotcha. Okay. Got to keep the hands in the camera area. Doesn't help to live stream nothing. All right. Oh, okay. So we take one of these off on each side. Slide that in. And then that's actually what that's why I have Spider-Man and My Pet Monster out here, so that I can gauge where the frame is. See? Tricks to filming. Also, Spider-Man's just kind of awesome. Okay. Yep. Did that part. Got ahead of the got a little ahead of the instructions, but yeah, it's fine. No biggie. My daughter's got a big day today. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. It's going to get a little crazy for me at some point tonight. Hopefully, it'll be all good. All right, it's starting to look almost like a truck. Surprised I didn't catch Eldor today. He might be sleeping right now, though. I don't know. How's it sound, Mary? Does the background, like, is everything coming through crisp, or is it like kind of getting messed up? Like, I'm trying to make it so that the sound is better, but like my brother gave me a better microphone, and so I'm using that. It's cool. It's got lights on it that look neat. Hey, Toy Mama, what's going on, Christina? How you doing? Hopefully your day is going well. Mine's gonna be crazy later, and hopefully I'll be able to do some like editing on my phone while I'm running around. Like, I've been cutting music tracks with AI. Like, if anybody needs a good way of producing music and you don't really, do music, there's this website called Suno. I believe they have a plugin in Copilot, which is Microsoft's AI, which I think is honestly the best one out of them all so far. I think it's kind of better than ChatGPT, but they've got a bunch of plugins, and one of them, this Suno, I think it's Suno, Suno, or Suna, maybe. It's a
it's basically you put in a prompt of like music that you want to generate, an idea, whatever you want to turn that into music. It'll do that. Is it perfect? No. No. But is it cool? And did it come up with some really neat stuff for me? Yeah. If you want to sample some of what I came up with, look at the Blaster review that I just recently put out. And then I used it to create stuff for in May, for May the 4th, where there's a bunch of people that are going to be doing that whole thing for Allison and Punk, where they we all review Powers of the Force figures. Oh boy, that's going to be fun. But I did I found Lando, and I know somebody else in the community did too. I didn't know that somebody had found Lando after I had like confirmed with somebody that one was clear. So it was a matter of miscommunication and timing, but it's okay. I think anybody's take on whatever we're doing is, it's your own personal take. So nobody's reviews quite like mine. And I'm trying to make them a little weirder too. That Blaster one, I'm particularly proud of the photo shoot thing that turned into like Blaster throwing the little mini tape robot guy up in the air, and he gets lost, and then Blaster's like, trying to make the camera, like, quit filming me. Like, you didn't see this. I'm trying to have some fun with this, and my daughter and I have been messing around with stop motion, photography and stuff like that. So I'm learning a little bit here and there, how to do certain things, and it's kind of been fun doing stop motion photography and animation. I want to make more of the shorts with like RoboCop and and Godzilla as a couple, but I'm currently like, I currently kind of have some writer's block when it comes to it, because I want to make a couple of them where it's, basically getting one for the ladies, because I try to be fair in my comedy. And I noticed that so far I've only really had like some stuff that like was kind of like, the guy, making jokes. So I didn't want it to all be chauvinistic. I want a little bit of it to be, well, I mean, okay, let me rephrase that. I do want it to be chauvinistic, but I want it to be chauvinistic on both sides, right? Like I want to have some good chick jokes to rip on guys with. And unfortunately, I'm not always that good at representing my fair female friends. Now, do I have to do anything else here? Nope. And look at that. They go bling, and there's little stars, and it's like, oh, you're done. Wrong. It's a monster truck. Yeah. That's so cool. I love Lego. Lego is so creative and cool. They come up with some fantastic stuff. I mean, that was a fun little like 30-minute build. No big deal. You know what? I'm going to put these on as caps. That way nothing goes nowhere. Well, Mary, thanks for joining me. Same to you, Toy Mama. I appreciate, anybody who drops in. P2U2, mandatory Blocks World Player appearance. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Or ma'am. I haven't actually established if you're a guy or a girl. I apologize for assuming your gender. Oh yeah, my mic was all screwed up. Okay, so the Kickstarter for Blocks World. I'm not at liberty to say who sent it to me, but it is legit. It is going to be happening, but I don't know when. I have no idea. There's no specific date. I want to say, and this is just me guessing, but I want to assume that they're not 100% sure when they're going to pull the trigger. I'm going to assume that most of their plans are sort of tentative based on their progress, updating and making a workable product. Blocks World was a little bit of a mess when they shut it down. There was a bunch of stuff that they needed to update. I mean, everybody who played Blocks World, we exploited its glitches to make weird and crazy things. Right? I mean, like I constantly exploited the glitches to do things that people were like, I didn't dream that could even do that. The developers were constantly telling me, like, bro, how did you do that? Like they were asking me because they were like, this is not supposed to do that. Right? Which always made me laugh because I was like, I'm just playing around, tweaking things here and there. You know, and you wind up making like certain things because Blocks World has like this physics simulation for anybody who doesn't know Blocks World. Blocks World was this iOS app that like was so much more amazing than any like iOS app you could possibly think of in like what this thing would enable you to do. Okay, like if you wanted to make a little RC car digitally and like drive it around with your own on-screen controls, you could do that. I could make this on Blocks World. Okay, I could make this on Blocks World, and I could make it so that I could drive it, and there were terrains that you could load, and you could build a world for this thing to load into, and you could just make a simulation where you drove around and that was it. It didn't have to have an end or a beginning. It was Blocks World was like one of those ultimate little play tools. And I found it amazing because I used to like, I got popular in Blocks World because I would make these crazy builds, you know, and you could publish them just like how you do here on YouTube. You make a video and you publish it, you create content. Only we were creating digital content with absolutely nothing to start with, and they gave us all the blocks to do it. I mean, no pun intended, but pun intended, I guess. Blocks World did something that even Minecraft and Roblox still doesn't do. Okay? Like at one point, Lego had an app where it just allowed you to build these crazy, awesome Lego builds, and it was just Lego. But even that didn't do what Blocks World did, because in that you couldn't script the Legos to do anything, right? You could just make this thing, and then you could actually, you know, in the Lego app thing, or in the Lego, it was actually a desktop app. You could build a Lego thing, and then you could actually buy it. But man, I mean, I built like a TARDIS in there, a life-size one, and it was like $300,000 to actually make it. So, but like in Blocks World, I know that these guys are working on ways to 3D print stuff too, to be able to, you know, get some more money. It makes sense. That may wind up being some kind of a part of the Kickstarter. I think if my intuition is decent, I would say it's not unthinkable that Kickstarter is going to involve some sort of 3D printing, maybe, or maybe something further on down the road. Who knows? I have a version of Blocks World on my phone that still kind of functions. I'm not going to say who supposedly pushed something to mine that I can still use it. I can download it back off of the cloud from my cloud stuff, and I can still create new worlds and stuff like that. I can't publish anything, but I can still use it for some reason. I've heard there's a few people that can do this, but not very many. So I don't know. When they're going to publish this stuff, who knows? I mean, honestly, the app itself could be like another year out, knowing like how like game design and production goes. Like going in, I'm gonna say this much. I'm not gonna name specifics or anything like that, but I know that Foretell Games has some help from the original team. Some help. Okay, the help that I believe they have is minimal, as I have been told. So I know it seems like I'm trying to be vague, and I am. I'm purposely trying to be vague because the person that I get some of my Blocks World information from doesn't want it known. That they are have said anything, and I'm trying to keep anything that they've said quiet. But I have friends that have heard things from friends. Is it anything official? No. Am I making any sort of an official statement about Blocks World? No. And I don't have the credentials or the authority to say such. But like I said, I know that the Kickstarter is on Kickstarter right now. There is a placeholder for it. It's not been kick-started yet, as far as I know. I don't know why that's so fingerprinty. But it's supposed to. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I plan on trying to keep on putting out a couple of Blocks World videos here and there, just to mess around. Most of my content on YouTube is going to be geared towards toy stuff. But my channel isn't just a toy review channel. Like, it's not going to be. Like, when Blocks World is out, I'm definitely going to do something with Blocks World. Is it going to be official stuff where I get a little bit of insider, digs every now and again? I don't know. I'm open for any of that. I will help the Foretell team any way that they, want. And I don't mind, Blocks World is an old love of mine. Okay, like I was heavily involved in that community. There's a lot of kids that I still talk to every now and again. Although I have neglected my private server for a little bit. I don't know if those guys have been even chatting amongst themselves, but to any of those guys that ever watch any of this, sorry. You can send me a message and I will always check it out. But yeah, I mean, I still try to talk to people in the old Blocks World community, people that are like grown adults these days. It's so amazing to have known people as they've grown up. Like, that's a weird thing. Like, to be a 46-year-old man who has friends that used to be 14 and 15 and are now, adults in college, and they're working on they're working on their bachelors and their masters and stuff. So I mean, that's pretty neat to have played a part in that. I don't think generations prior to us, ever got to really take part in that. So not like this. So I appreciate having been a part of people's lives for decades now. you know, and have never met them in person. I mean, I've only even heard a few people's voices in person from Block's World here and there, just from like playing games. There was one time when I want to say it was me and Powerload. We were playing some Among Us. So, and I tricked him and I threw him under the bus and got him to get kicked off. but I was intentionally doing it just to mess with him. I was like, no, dude, I'm not the guy. So, but yeah, so here's my monster truck. That's what I built. That was what I that's my take on the whole Blocks World thing. We will see. We will see. I'm gonna stay on top of it as much as I can. When there's some stuff that's out there to report, I will try to report on it. I'll definitely put it up on some of my social medias. I just don't know, like I'm so bad with social media nowadays. Like anybody who actually follows me on social media is probably disappointed. I'm so bad at self-promotion. Like I really do. Like at some point, I'm probably going to have a manager or a media like person, because I'm not like, I try. I really do. Like I try to get my information out there. I will post on Facebook. I'll post on, on Instagram, but right now I think those are the only two that I post on, other than when I'm posting on YouTube itself. And I mean, I think in the future I may end up doing some live streams on Instagram, or trying to support one of the new networks that pops up eventually. I mean, there's Blue Sky and Mastodon. Those two I'm extremely interested in, but I don't know how those things are going to work, right? And I also want to try and get some sort of a Discord server going with everybody from the Toy Network community, and maybe build on that. I think eventually one day I also want to do like some kind of an Indiana toy community Discord server as well. There's, as far as I know, there isn't anything. And if anybody who watches this stream later and knows of something along those lines, drop it in the comments below for me. Like I will be more than happy to check it out, or hit me up on Instagram and be like, hey, here's a link for my server. We do this in Indiana. I'll check you out. I will. I'll definitely post some of my stuff to you and let you guys know what I know when it comes up. Just hit me up. All right. Well, this has been Hyperdellic. Listening to some White Bat audio. I'm going to mention the White Bat audio because I listen to them. I listen to this channel all the time, and they have some phenomenal royalty-free music to play for streams and stuff like that. And I definitely think that people should look into them, use them for your streams, and put their name out there. All right. Well, I'll see you guys later. I gotta go. I'm obviously procrastinating about trying to go, having to go clean house, but I gotta do it. It's got to get done. If I don't do it, it's not gonna get done. So I gotta go do it. All right, guys. Well, look for my next video. Should be dropping, I believe, Saturday. I've got something I think coming out on Saturday. I think I'm not sure yet if it's going to be Big Boa or if it's going to be Magneto from X-Men. I haven't decided yet. I'm still waiting to pull the trigger. I've got a bunch of music that I found for him also. We'll see. I'm trying to do a better review, but I gotta clean up my cuts and all of that stuff and make it a little bit more structured. But I'm still gonna be weird. Don't worry. That's my thing, man. I like getting weird with things. And don't worry, Mary. I will still sing every now and again, but probably not every video anymore. Like I gotta mix it up. Otherwise people are gonna get bored as hell with me. And I gotta get my retention time up. So I gotta make my videos a little bit more exciting. And other than you, Mary, I don't think very many people think my music, my singing is that exciting. So, don't worry. Like I said, I'm always going to have the gift of song inside of me. Just I'm gonna cut back on it in my videos a little. I gotta mix it up a little bit and try other things too. So otherwise I get bored, and me getting bored with a thing, it always means I stop doing it. And because I have ADHD, that was what kept me from starting a channel for the longest time. It was like, I'm gonna get bored with it, and I'm gonna not want to do it anymore. It's gonna become a chore. And there is a bit of that. There is. I'm not gonna lie. I feel a little on the crunchy side when it comes to like YouTube burnout. Like I've definitely been pushing it a lot, but I have also created a few things to get some of my obstacles out of my way, and I've learned a few new tricks and stuff like that. And so a lot of my video editing I can now do laying in bed. Okay. So some of my video editing is hopefully going to get a little better. I'm going to have a little bit more tongue-in-cheek jokes going on, and maybe a little bit of fun, like like I did with Blaster and the photo shoot, and yeah, that's stupidity. And some more videos. And I'll once I start getting some Blocks World stuff going, I will definitely post Blocks World stuff. And take it from anybody who's ever watched some of my stuff in Blocks World. I always made really stupid, ridiculous stuff, so it'll be fun. It's not like Lenny Bruce. It's not Lenny Bruce. It's not Sam Kinison. I'm not that funny. Okay, but I try a little bit. All right. I'm gonna go do this cleaning. Rambled on enough. You guys have a great day. It's almost 1:00 my time. I gotta pick my kid up at 3:30. So I gotta get moving. I gotta do some cleaning, and I gotta make pork chops later. I'm the house mom. That's what I do now. But it's not bad. I love my kid, and I love my wife, and you know what? I can do this. I could be Mr. Mom right now. All right, it's time to go be Mr. Mom. I've heard he played with toys a little bit today. Moving on. For real this time. No. I gotta go. But you guys have a good day. And yeah, good journey. Yeah, Motu community, good journey. Hell yeah. I'm gonna do the Mega J. Geek proud. Keep it strong. Keep it loud. All right, guys. See you later.